Today I'm going to talk about one of my favorite cream shadow sticks, and that's by Bobbi Brown. You guys know how much I love them, and I thought I should put a video together so that I can have all of the shadow sticks that I recommend and I love to wear on a daily basis. And I have them all here, and we're going to swatch them. I'm going to put the camera overhead so you guys can see some swatches on my hand. What I'm wearing today are these 4 shades. I'm going to start with these 4 shades. That's what I have on my eyes today. So easy to accomplish. But yeah, that's what we're going to do today. And that way you have all of these shadow sticks in one video. If you're interested in a specific shade or particular color, then it's easy to reference to. So let's get started. Here are my top 9 Bobbi Brown eyeshadow sticks. So I separated them because this 4 is what I have on my eyes today. So I'm going to start with this 4 right now. So first of all, I want to tell you that this retails for $45 Canadian. They come in all kinds of shades. They're a swipe and go cream eyeshadow stick that kind of glides onto your eyes very smoothly. You can use your fingers or a brush to apply them, and they stay on for 8 hours. That's what they say, but they actually stay on for much longer. They work really great in heated climate, in cold climates. You can sweat, you can work out, and they still are on your eyelids without budging, creasing, crumbling. I love them. They're blendable, they're buildable, and it creates this effortless eye looks. So that is kind of what this product is all about. Now let's get into the shades, and I would love to show you how they actually, the shades that are my top favorites. You can see they're very similar in when you look at the product here. They have the color at the top. However, when you apply them or swatch them, they look a little bit different. So don't let this get you confused. So let's get started with this side right here. Okay, so I'm going to start with one of my most used and favorite shades, and I'm talking about the shade Taupe. Now taupe, it's a very nice medium caramel. Look how beautiful the product looks. You have the shade here, like I said, right there. And this shade is very similar to what the actual color is. And when you open it up, you just twist it and the product comes out. That's how they all are. Now, I don't know how the mini ones, I cannot speak on the mini ones. I cannot speak on the duo-ended ones where you have 2 shades on both sides. I don't think I would like that. I prefer like this, but those will be good for traveling for sure. So this is taupe, and it's definitely a more medium caramel. Let's start, where should we start? Right here. So that is what the color looks like. It is so pretty. I love wearing this all over the eyelid. I love wearing this as a transition. I love combining this with a bronzer, with powder products on my eye. It looks so pretty. And they're actually, when you smudge them, look how beautiful it turns into this nice bronzy caramel shade. So again, here it is, and then here it is smudged. So it kind of gives you an idea. So that is taupe, and that's my top favorite shade I recommend. You can see how much I used it. It's almost empty. So that's something I would recommend. This is what I have on my eyes right now as my transition and on the upper eyelid. Then I went in with this shade right here, Smoky Topaz. This is more of a newer one in my collection. And this is more of a pewter with purple undertones. I don't know if I mentioned this, but they retail for $45 Canadian. I'm looking on the Bobbi Brown website. I don't know why I don't see them on the Sephora website anymore. I do know that they sell them in store. And this is the Smoky Topaz, and it is a beautiful shade. Look at that shade. Definitely a smoky eye look with some shimmer. Now, this is what I have all over my eyelid right now. It's a nice kind of grayish brown with some gold specks in it. It's very pretty. And then when you blend it, it looks like that. I'm gonna have it right beside so you guys can see the difference. So it loses its intensity when you blend it, but in a good way. So you can see how pretty this looks all over the eyelid. Another favorite of mine, so again, that's all over my eyelid, Smoky Topaz. Then I decided to go for my inner corner, which this is a beautiful shade, Moonstone. It's a perfect shade to wear in the inner corner or all over the eyelid, creating a nice, more natural look to the eye. And this shade is described to be more of a pale neutral with a silvery gold sparkle. You can see right here that it has some shimmer in it. Again, the shimmers and the sparkles are not big. This formula I've noticed is more on the drier side, but in a good way. It won't slide on your eyelid. It stays all day long, and it provides that nice kind of eyelid color with some sparkle to it. So here it is. You can see right there. And I don't like gold colors, but this is different. This is beautiful. It's like gives you that nice wet look. And then when you spread it around, look at those nice fairy dust sparkles. So this is what it looks like again beside it. I just love this color so much. It's so pretty to use with just mascara. I love using it that way, or in the inner corner to brighten your eye. Beautiful shade. Again, this is newer in my collection, Moonstone. And you cannot go wrong by purchasing more of a smoky one. This is in the shade Espresso. Espresso is described as a shimmering brown, very, very light shimmers. Barely see the shimmers in this one compared to the other ones. And this I've used in my outer corner and bottom lash line to create that smoky effect to it. Here is Espresso, so I don't know if the camera can pick it up, but you can see the gold specks in it, the shimmers. It's so pretty. I love this color so much, and they last so long. They're beautiful to use on your bottom lash line. Look at that. You don't even see the shimmers in it because they're just so far spread from each other. But look, when you blend it, look at that nice smokiness you get. And then here is the color again. Very intense, very creamy, so beautiful. So this is the color story I currently have on my eyes. And the order that I've applied it is just stunning. So again, all the shades can be used with your finger or a brush. Now, let's move on to the other 5 shades I have. So let's try remove this. So you can see that they're very hard to remove. I'm scrubbing really hard to get rid of them. So I'm going to remove this and I'll be right back with the other shades. Here is another very rich color that you can use to smoke out your eyes or as an eyeliner. And this is the shade Bark. And Bark is described to be more of a rich brown. This doesn't have shimmer. I think it's just more of a matte, but this is what it looks like. So it's very rich brown towards black, but you can see the brown in it. And then when you smoke it, it looks really pretty. So that's the richness of it, and then that's how it looks when you blend it. Same thing, this can be applied with your finger or brush. I love to use this as smoking up my outer corner or as a liner. I love to also apply this with a liner brush. I go into the product right here and then create a nice line or outline of my eye. It looks beautiful, and because it lasts all day long, that's what I love about this. So very rich brown. This is different than the the Espresso. I want to show you the difference than the Espresso, so you can see the difference. The Espresso has more shimmers to it. So Espresso, when I blend it, looks very similar to that, but it has a shift of gray because of those silvery speckles in it. So that's kind of the difference between Espresso and Bark if you're interested in any of these shades. I would go with, if you like shimmers, then go for the Espresso. You don't have to buy both. If you like more matte and no shimmers in it, then go with Bark. Let's move on to another very more darker one. And this is newer in my collection, and I had to pick it up because I love greens. And this is in the shade Forest. And Forest is more of a shimmering green, kind of how Espresso is more of a shimmering brown. And it does have the same purpose. Like, look at that beautiful green. It's so pretty. And so you can see the difference. You do see the green with some gold shimmer in it. And then when you smudge it, that's what it turns into. So again, I love to use this as either all over the eyelid. I've heard people having some issues on not having an idea on how to use this because it's intense, more smoky. So either use it on the outer corner, very little, and then smudge it like that, or use it as an eyeliner to define your eye. I think you'll look really pretty, especially if you have hazel eyes like me or green eyes. I think that's, or blue eyes. I think that's really going to make your eye pop more. So this is a beautiful, more muted, shimmering green. Let's go with this one. This is my least favorite, but I still love it. But out of them all, my least favorite. And this is in the shade Cinnamon. And the only reason it's my least favorite is because the shade Cinnamon, which is described more of as a dark red brown. When I hear the word red, I don't really like it on my eyes. However, this is what it looks like. It looks very similar to taupe. So if you don't have taupe, if you use a little bit of this on your eye and smudge it, it can turn into taupe. I think that's too much. But you see what I mean? So use less and that can turn into taupe. I'm going to put taupe underneath for you guys so you can see what I mean. Taupe is more of a contour type of shade, from what I remember, see? But when you blend it, they have very similar. This is more brown. Obviously, you can see the red in here. So that's how I use it sometimes, because it's also very nice to outline your eye with this color when it's so intense. I probably really enjoy using it more like this as a liner than all over the eyelid, because I really don't like the red in it all over my eyelid. It's still very pretty, it's still very soft and creamy and smooth, but I prefer to use this shade more of liner type of shade. So that's Cinnamon. I'm gonna leave one of my favorites for last, but here is Mica. Mica is newer in my collection as well, and this is more of a metallic champagne beige. It's a beautiful kind of, it looks more grayish as you can see, but it is considered a champagne color. And this color is, I thought it would be similar to Moonstone, but it's not. So when you blend it in, look at that glass effect. It's more intense and more creamy than Moonstone. But it's such a pretty color. You can use this all over the eyelid. I like to use this, combine it with my taupe, and use taupe as my transition shade, and then put this all over the eyelid, and with nice black mascara, I think it looks stunning. So this is a beautiful shade. This is another one of my top favorite shades. I really love. I think it will look good with any of these colors as eyeliners. It's just so pretty, and I love that wet look that it gives. So Mica is a beautiful shade. And then saving one of the best for last, very, very interesting shade, this one. I definitely did not expect it. And this shade is called, can you guess? Probably not, because this doesn't give it justice. It's called Dusty Mauve. Dusty Mauve is a shimmering lavender. So it has some shimmer to it, but it has some lavender type of a lavender color. So this is new in my collection, you can see, and look how beautiful that is. That color is just so pretty, and this is what it looks like. Then when you blend it, look at that. So this one is very similar to Mica, but with more of a a lavender shift to it. That's more champagne, and this is lavender. So it depends on your preference. You don't have to buy both, but I love both, and I love to use both the same way, just an all over the eyelid thing. I don't like to use this as eyeliners, maybe in the inner corner on the bottom lash line, but I love to use this shades all over the eyelid and combine it with more darker ones underneath the eye, or kind of outline your eye. So here they all are. Let me divide them like this. Now here, these are all the shades I picked up. These are all the shades I recommend. I know they work great for me, and they're just beautiful. So make sure you comment down below and let me know which one is your favorite shade, or which one is a shade that you already own and you just love. Maybe I don't have it, and I would love to have a look at that shade as well, because I definitely love this eyeshadow sticks. I hope that this video was helpful in choosing the right shade for you. I hope this was helpful. If it was, don't forget to subscribe. Have a wonderful day, and I cannot wait to see you in my next one. Love you guys. Bye.